coach you is that you have ambition to be great. My job is to coach you to get all that greatness out of you.
What is good, Fin Nation? What's good, baby? Let's go. Let's go. Are you crazy with me right now? Let's go. Let's go. King Z 305, $1.99. He's on with it. Check your motherfucking pulse right now. If you ain't fired up, I don't know what will fire you up. This is absolutely fantastic news. And at the value they got him at on this contract. Are you kidding me right now? This is an absolutely fantastic deal. We're going to get into it. You already know what's coming from me. I might push my linebacker big board off till next week, and I might try and bring you guys a Terron Armstead film study this week. Show you exactly why they invested so much money and why they were so caught up on him. I think that's what I'm going to do for you guys this week. I'm going to bring y'all a Terron Armstead film study. So be out on the lookout for that. We'll get that going. But you look at this right now, this contract, guys, unbelievably good value right now. We just got a top 3 tackle in the NFL. Absolutely fantastic stuff. I mean, you know, I was trying to calm people down because I was ready to go up here. And basically, if you're a Patreon, you got my post earlier today. And, you know, from what I was led to believe all day, hey, they're confident they're going to get a deal done. They're confident they're going to get a deal done, right? If you were on Patreon earlier today, you saw my Patreon post. And basically, you know, I was just talking about the things I was hearing in regards to the Terron Armstead stuff. Now, I heard he left yesterday, originally, obviously, without a deal in place. But as today went on and I checked in, I still hate Chris Grier and want him God since watch Mister for $4.99. So basically, what I was told heading into, you know, when I checked in today after obviously the Duke Mayweather video came out, you know, I was told by 2 different people, don't worry, don't panic. This is going to get done. You know, someone had told me that the Colts were a team to watch, but I said in the Patreon post, checking with multiple other people, the Colts were not even on their radar. So, you know, this could potentially be his last time to catch in because he's 31. And I was just told he left, you know, as a negotiation tactic, make him sweat a little bit. And the thing is, the whole league knew how badly we wanted this player, how badly we needed that position filled, especially if Tua doesn't work out long term, right? It's a top 3 player at a big position of need, and that's not helping the Dolphins. So, you know, hey, man, I thought they were going to reset the market. They didn't. I'm happy. Now, this has potential. We'll get into it here, you know, and I was basically told, you know, if he's going to go back to New Orleans, he was going to be taking substantially less money. So they got it locked up. They got it done. Loving it, man. Let's get into the details here. Guys, already 340 of you in the room. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you are new. On our way to 8K. This is a huge dub for Chris Grier. I don't want to hear nothing from no one in regards to this. This is a fantastic signing. So obviously it came down the pipe. You saw Schefter and Pelissero and Rappaport. They confirmed it first. Dolphins giving offensive tackle Terron Armstead a 5-year deal worth up to $87.5 million, including $43.37 million guaranteed, sources tell ESPN. So the big money has come onto the table for Terron Armstead. Baby, let's go. This is an absolutely massive signing. At that cost, man, I was expecting this thing to come in I was expecting, if we're going to go 5 years, I was expecting like 5 years, like 110 million. And to see this, I'm ecstatic. Watch this. Go get Bobby Wagner. I don't think so, brother. I think Wagner is going to be between 15 and 18 million. I don't know if they're going to go after him. I say go get JC Treader. That's where you got to move to. You got to pivot to JC Treader right now. You got to shore up that offensive line. You know, if we can go into this draft with only Austin Jackson and Eichenberg as a competition there and maybe draft another guy, but the rest of the line is built the way it's built, let's go, baby. Let's get this done. Absolutely massive, massive, massive signing by the Miami Dolphins. And just some further details as we hop into this here. And this is what Barry Jackson had to add to it because, you know, Barry's the man. Barry Jackson is the man. And he said league source confirms Armstead deal with Dolphins is 5 years, $75 million, and could reach up to $87.5 million with incentives. Obviously, I'm going to take a wild guess. This is a guess. This is speculation, but that has something to do with injuries and games played and such. But I mean, if you're not fired up right now, right? If you are not fired up right now, let's go. Let's go right now. And then, just in case you guys might not have saw, Barry Jackson did actually recently follow up this signing, and I'm going to show you guys what he said because it's actually quite interesting and it's something we're kind of talking about right now. So, if you look at what Barry Jackson just recently said on Twitter, just a mere few minutes ago, what he said was center is going to be addressed. Center is going to be addressed, people. And this is what he had to say. He said, and I've been telling y'all, Dolphins aren't done upgrading offensive line. Center will be addressed. You know, and I agree. When you add Armstead, Connor Williams, 2 running backs, when you had Cedric Wilson, Ogba, Gesicki, this has been a very successful. Listen, if Ogba and Gesicki weren't on our teams and weren't free and were free agents and we brought them in at the cost they are, all of us would be calling those successful signings, right? I had no problem all season paying Gesicki around that tag. It was when we started getting to like 14, 15 million where I was like, eh. But if you take those names, take Ogba and Gesicki's previous years out with us, you know how they fit and you know what their potential are. That's a good offseason. Shout out to Anna Antonio. He says, always watching your shows, but never say anything. Just love listening. Fins up. Let's go, baby. Let's get a playoff win. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, Antonio. You had a right tackle and a center this group. You stabilize those positions. This team can win a playoff game. Evan donates $4.99 on vacation in Disney. Buddy, I'll be there next month, baby. I'll be down there at the beginning of May. And actually be in Disney for my daughter's birthday. On vacation at Disney, and this has me more hyped than going to the parks. Bro, Evan, I need you to go do Haunted Mansion for me tonight, bro. First of all, that's my favorite ride. But while you're sitting in Haunted Mansion and you're looking at all the nightmares, you know, start thinking about the end of the ride. Because as Dolphin fans, we might be going through the nightmares of the Haunted Mansion, but I'm starting to see some light that we're getting to the end of that ride, and maybe we're getting into something like, I don't know, Peter Pan, something a little more happy. The McDaniel era seems to be leading to greener pastures already. Let's go. Because I'm going to tell y'all, and I'm going to actually put it in there, probably when I do my film study, because I'm dropping that film study this week on Terron Armstead. Trent Williams, you're going to see this man is going to actually be up against Trent Williams for the best player and best offensive lineman in the NFL if McDaniel has his way. Aldo says, what an amazing deal to get him at sub 100 million. Now go get a center, and this is great. Buddy, Aldo, if they go get JC Treader, I'm going to tell you right now, if they get JC Treader, we've had the best offseason of any team in the NFL. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. You know, basically, it's a $15 million a year average base value. Likely hits to need playing time, Pro Bowl or All Pro to max out the incentives. What a great signing. Like, absolutely fantastic. Like, the money that they got on, and people, this isn't just we went out and got some guy. Even when we got Brandon Albert was nowhere near this, right? I mean, this is the best left tackle we've had since Richmond Webb. Wayne D, it's my B-Day. Happy birthday to you, Wayne. And what a present the Dolphins delivered to you. I'm so happy we got him. Happy birthday, homie. Happy birthday. Everyone send a happy birthday to Wayne D. Always supporting the show. I'm just saying, man. I'm walking into this draft. I need a center. I need a right tackle. They're going to take a running back on day 2 or day 3. Okay, cool. And I need an inside linebacker. What else do I really need here? And I need another receiver. I need an X receiver. What else do I really need here, baby? What else do I really need? And I'm going to open it up to you guys a little bit because I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear everyone get happy here and hyped. What else do I need, man? So they're setting it up. And we got to see how this gets loaded and how this affects our cap, right? Because we had about $12.65 million worth of cap heading into today. Man, I'm so hyped, baby. Let's go. Like, finally, because I was hearing some things I did not want to talk about live, and I am glad that is no longer the issue. I am glad that is no longer the issue. Like, let's go. Let's go. Man, I'm just happy, man. This is some great news, and we needed this. And you know what? Greer, we knew the pressure was on for you. We knew the pressure was on for you, man. Because you had put yourself in a position where it was basically Armstead or bust. It was a call to Armstead. And you delivered, man. I ain't going to knock you. You delivered. Like, I can't say a bad thing. This man went out and did it. Kudos to him for showing it up and putting his money where his mouth is. Like, and I'm telling you guys, him and Connor Williams on the left side, who's going to try and sit there and tell me we don't have one of the nastiest left sides in the AFC and the NFL right now? Come on, man. Who's trying to tell me that? Who's going to be the one to try and tell me that? And look at McDaniel. Look at what he's done already. Are we serious right now? What he's done in one season already compared to what Brian Flores tried to do in 3 on that offensive line. It's a joke. Thomas, appreciate all your Dolphins insight. Love listening to the stream while delivering on the job. Help me, and I'm sure a lot of fans get wiser. Hey, man, we're just getting into it. I'm hyped for this film study now. I'm hyped to dive into the film and chop some stuff up for you guys and show y'all why we gave the bag to Terron Armstead. Because I'm telling you, when this guy is healthy, he's a top 3 guy in the NFL, and that was before he was under Mike McDaniel. If Mike McDaniel was motioning Trent Williams, what do you think he's going to do with this guy? We're talking about another freak athlete at that position. Like, let's go, baby. Let's go. Check your pulse right now. If you ain't feeling it, I don't know what to tell you. Like, let's go. Welcome to Miami, Mr. Armstead. I can't believe I'm so happy we followed through and we finished this off, man. I'm so happy. I'm just so happy they followed it through and they finished off. They delivered. That O-line is about to be serious, and I strongly believe his 2 is going to deliver. I agree with you, 10-1-7, man. And you know what? If Tua doesn't deliver, the next guy's set up for success. The next guy's set up for success. And our running game is set up for success. The ripple effect is not just the quarterback. And Austin Jackson, Eichenberg. Now they got a real veteran to lean on. No Jesse Davis is a veteran on the offensive line. Now we got a real one. Now we got a real one. Thank you for delivering. Like, thank you. I don't know what else to say, man. And if you haven't seen it yet, follow me on Twitter, first of all. But Terron Armstead has already posted a video about coming to Miami. Let's flip to that. Let's show y'all what he had to say about that. Let me bring that up for you guys right here. Give me 1 second. I've already posted it to my Twitter. So let's show you guys what he had to say. Man, he's coming home, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
It's Terron Armstead, left tackle, entering my 10th year in the NFL.
Let's go. That's my franchise tackle right there. Let's get it, baby. Let's go.
And I'll be taking my talents to South Beach. Hold on. Miami, what's up?
Let's go, baby.
Hold on.
Let's go, baby. Everyone go download his album. Everyone go download his album. I'm not even lying. Go download his album. Show him that love. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Check your damn pulse right now. Let's go. Massive. Massive. Love it. Absolutely love it. We went and we got our guy. Like, it's been so long since we've publicly let everyone know who we wanted, and everyone in the league knows where we're targeting and we're going, and we deliver. Man. I ain't even where's that Chris Greer hate now? This man delivered. And I mean, you look at it's already being felt in New Orleans. You go look at Jeff Duncan. He works for the Times, and he's a New Orleans NOLA, New Orleans, Louisiana.com. He's an analyst for Fox. And this is what he had to say. I'll show y'all what he had to say. Even and this is what we're getting, man. Not only are we getting a top 3 player at the position in the NFL, but look at this. Losing Terron Armstead hurts the Saints as much or more because of his leadership intangibles than his stellar play on the field. That torch has been passed over the years from Stinchcomb to Strife to Armstead. Will be interesting to see who steps up to fill the void. Maybe it's going to be Ramchuk. But we just took a leader. We finally have a voice in that room. Someone all these guys can lean on. Like, that's huge, man. I mean, and you look at, we've now added to this offense Terron Armstead, Connor Williams, Cedric Wilson, Chase Edmonds, Raheem Mostert, Alec Ingold. Who's hating on that? Who's hating on that? Come on, you don't like that? Armstead just shifted the whole. Now, when you add those names in with Armstead, now you start getting the Birdman. You start Birdman rubbing. You know what I'm saying? Come on, you add a center to that. You add a J.C. Treader to that, and Greer's just stepped up to the bat and right out the park. Come on, man. He's already hit a home run. Is he going to hit a grand slam? Let's go, baby. Let's go. I don't know how people are not fired up by this. If there's people out there not fired up, man, absolutely ridiculous. I am absolutely hyped for this to go down, man. I truly think this was a fantastic signing. And you look at the offensive line gurus he's coming in under. You look at the coaching staff we're putting around even a stellar elite veteran like that. Like, I'm telling you, man, that is some very, very, this line in one offseason, man. In one offseason. The amount of stuff they've already done to this offense in one offseason. Unreal. And the draft hasn't even happened yet. And now we can sit here and say they've spent their money wisely. Now you can't tell me nothing. They've spent their money wisely. We paid less money for Terron Armstead than we did for Christian Kirk. Let that settle in for a sec. Let that settle in for a sec. We paid less money for Christian Kirk, for Terron Armstead than the Jacksonville Jaguars paid for Christian Kirk. Let that settle in. And Brett makes a great point. Playing on natural grass should help his knees. That's a very great point. Check your pulse, says he films. Check your pulse. Think about that, though. We paid less money than they paid for Christian Kirk. And I got to say this. I did my top 15 free agent targets. All right? I had two centers, Jensen and Allen. Right? I had Armstead. Obviously, Lyle Collins wasn't released. Was the only tackle I had on that board. And then my guards were Tomlinson, Daniels, and Connor. So we got the tackle I wanted, and we got one of the three guards I wanted. The only thing we didn't hit was on the center. And if J.C. Treader was available, just like Lyle, they would have been on that target list. So let's get this done, man. Birthday was restless. Oh, happy birthday, Brady. Everyone wish Brady a belated birthday, please. He says, best gift ever. Let's fucking go, bro. My wife's birthday was 6 days ago, and I told her, man, your birthday continues. Happy birthday, baby. One more time. Let's go. Let's go. Check your pulse. Oh, yeah. It's banging. It's banging. We got 1,004 people in here. Yeah, it's banging. My pulse is banging. Let's go. I'm hyped. This offensive line is going to get real. Now let's add a center and, I don't know, draft Abe Lucas. Hit me with the ball. I've been talking about Abe Lucas for 2 years on this channel. Come on. Add him to the fold. He would be perfect for this offense. Especially this offense. Power gap, I was kind of like, eh. Now with what we're running, outside wide zone, perfect. Let's go. And everyone give an applause to Chris Grier. you know what? Everyone had their moments of doubt. Some people went on the record and fully doubted him, but he came through. He came through. And, you know, look at a writer for Sports Illustrated, what he had to say. I mean, you look at this just now, and look at this. Star, leader, warrior. Just a few words to describe Terron Armstead. It was a blast watching him dominate at left tackle for years. I hope he does well in Miami. So, even the beat guys, even the class act, a high character guy who's also a high caliber guy at his position. Love it. Absolutely love it. Man, I'm telling you right now, this just feels so good. And I mean, it's about time we have something go our way so positively. We earned this as Dolphin fans and what we've put up with. We earned this, man. No one out here going to tell me we didn't earn this as fans. I'm just, I'm just unbelievably happy that we finally got this done. I want to bring this up for you guys. Give me 1 sec, guys. All right. Let me bring this up for you guys. We shall watch together, people. Got another video I wanted to play here for you guys. Let's play this for you.
Breaking news coming into the NFL Network newsroom just moments ago. The very top of the available free agents, according to NFL.com, is on the move. Mike Garafolo, our NFL Network insider, is with us for more. What do you have, Mike?
Terron Armstead, the left tackle for the Saints, headed to the Miami Dolphins. He was visiting there over the last couple of days. The deal finally done. 5 years, $75 million, according to our Tom Pelissero. The Dolphins have tried to make some things work at the tackle position the last couple of years and say, you know what, let's get Armstead in there. A proven commodity, have him be our guy on the left side at $15 million a year on the base value. There will be incentives that could increase the value here. Remember, the top of the tackle market is into the 20s. So the Dolphins saying, yeah, we're spending on this, but pretty good value because you're getting a proven commodity in Terron Armstead headed to Miami.
Yeah, three-time Pro Bowler who has had a ton of success. And we were just talking about the Miami Dolphins, so a little more protection here. Mike, appreciate the insight and the intel.
Guys, I mean, think about this. Connor Williams and Terron Armstead, basically, if you just take their base, let's just go by base value, $7.5 million and $15 million. They cost what Laremy Tunsil cost for one season before he restructured. Like, how do you not get excited about that? How are you not a fan of that? Like this is fantastic value. Like, I know we joke around and call them bargain bin shoppers and stuff, but I'm telling you, and we haven't even seen the contract yet. I guarantee there's an out. I guarantee you there's an out in year 3. Year 3 or year 4, I guarantee you there's an out. You look at the value, we paid less for Terron Armstead than Jacksonville paid for Christian Kirk, and the value of Terron Armstead and Connor Williams is one of the best left sides in football now. That's like the same value as just paying Laremy Tunsil on his contract. And I know people are they're going to figure out the right tackle. Don't think they're done. I'm telling y'all, Austin Jackson's going to be an option there, but they're going to draft someone else. I got a feeling. And I don't think they're done on the market, but by no means do I think they're going to be a big splash. The thing is, like I've told you guys, I do my podcast with Richmond Webb, and me and Richmond have had this conversation before. Listen, even if it's a blind side, If we go get a center that can lock that down and make Dieter our swing guard, think about this. Armstead, Williams, let's say Treader or Linderbaum, or I still think they're going to try and draft Alec Lindstrom if that's like the last, resource. And then right next to him, you got Robert Hunt. So right there, let's say Treader, just for the sake of this argument. Treader's the center. So right there with those guys, I know my weak link is whoever's, let's say Austin Jackson's at right tackle. I know he's the weak link. Now, I keep telling y'all, athletic profile-wise, if they clean up his hands and they clean up his footwork, and he works and gets that anchor that he needs, by hitting the gym and growing into that old man strength, then he could be something because he's got the speed, he's got the athleticism to get to the next level, to pull, be effective in the screen game, be okay in open space. All right, he's got all that. He's toolsy. All right. It's just about cleaning up the fundamentals and the technique, and we got the staff to do that. The issue with Eichenberg is fundamentally and technique-wise, he needs to be cleaned up. But when you look at the arms, when you look at the slow feet, when you look at the lack of athleticism, especially when he's out on an island by himself, plus he doesn't have an anchor, he's got stuff that needs to be cleaned up coaching-wise, but he's got trait stuff that you either got it or you don't, that Jackson has. That's the big difference with him. But I digress. So if I know Jackson's the only weak link, that's a lot different for a quarterback than what Tua's been used to. Tua's been used to, is it coming from the A gap? Is it coming from the B gap? Is it coming arcing out wide when they're fanning around my tackle, right? Like, is my tackle just getting pushed in the chest, opening his chest up, getting put on the ground, and they're hitting me? Like, he didn't know where it was coming from. Is it coming from the right A gap or B gap? Is it coming from the left A gap or B gap? Where's it coming from? When you only have to really account for one area, even if it's your blind side, we know Tua already has the pocket presence, right? If you know where to account from and where to really keep your eyes on the... See, it's one thing when you got eyes in the back of your head to one side. When I got to have eyes in the back of my head to the right, to the interior, to the center, to the freaking left interior, to the left tackle. That's a little different, right? Really? So, I do think they're going to try and solve it. I don't think they're done. I think they're going to draft someone. I think they're going to draft someone. Yeah, I agree. See, Rome's right. And everyone knows how I feel about him, but I changed how I felt about him when this staff came in. Again, all you got to do is understand schematics, profiles, coaching. You really, when you understand that stuff, a lot of stuff starts clicking with you, right? So, thanks, man. I appreciate you, Chris. I appreciate you. Thank you for your support, and I hope you keep enjoying the content. I do it for people like you. Thank you. Yeah, Abe Lucas or Daniel Falele. He spelled his name wrong, but I get what you're saying. Falele is just like way more raw. Abe Lucas is far more pro-ready, I think, right now. So, Jackson, I'm telling you, and remember, at the end of the day, Eichenberg was, I know what we invested, but he was a 42nd pick. Jackson was, in the top 20 pick in the first round. I'm telling you, Jackson's the one to watch. I keep telling you. Watch him. Don't watch Eichenberg. Watch Jackson. But I still think they're going to bring in someone to compete. It's what are they going to do at center now? What are they going to do thank you, Brian. What are they going to do at center right now? I just feel awesome. I'm telling you right now, listen, this helps Tua. This helps the running game. This helps the receivers. This helps Austin Jackson. Austin Jackson has another guy with a great athletic profile, athletic freak in Armstead. Armstead can help him. Hey, kid, this is how you develop your anchor. When you drop your butt, this is how you want your base to be when you drop your butt. He can show him that kind of stuff. Jackson's salvageable. With good coaching and mentoring, Jackson is more than salvageable. He's got more tools to make it work in this off. Because I don't think people just think Eichenberg's going to slot in. But a lot of those people who are talking, A, don't know schematics and the in and outs and the nuances of offenses, let alone McDaniel's offense. B, a lot of these people who are saying that clearly don't know what they're going to be asking of their tackles in this offense. Because if you knew what they're going to be asking about from the tackles in this offense, you'd be very weary of Eichenberg. Because Jackson ain't playing guard. Connor Williams, our left guard. Robert Hunt's our right guard. Where does this tell you? Right tackle is the only spot that makes sense. And here's another thing. Austin Jackson played right tackle in high school. Austin Jackson has played this position. You can say he was in high school or whatever, but what do I tell you guys? When I like to switch a guy from left to right, if I, like me personally, if I'm okay with making that move, they have to have a certain athleticism to them. They have to have a certain IQ. That's why Jedrick Wills, when they moved him from right tackle, you remember Jedrick Wills and Tristan Wirfs were my top tackles in that class. When they moved him from right tackle to left tackle, athleticism, smarts. Penei Sewell, right? Shifted him from left tackle to right tackle. High football IQ, high athleticism for the position. Plus, he already played, like I've showed the videos here. Again, like Austin Jackson, Penei Sewell played right tackle in high school. And he was actually his first ever snaps at Oregon when I believe he was 17. He was 17 or 18. I think he was 17. He was actually an interior guy. He was a guard. So it's all about fits. It's all about the certain things you got to look for. And I'm telling you right now, listen, another scary thing for you guys. They've never tried Jackson at right tackle. We've tried Eichenberg at right tackle. Eichenberg struggled mightily at that natural position of his as a left tackle. All right, I've already gone over why he struggled. What makes you think he's going to be able to lead with his right hand, get into his kick slide with his right foot, with his other foot? He's got to lead with the right side of his body now. 1,100 plus people in the... Smash that like button, subscribe if you're new here on our way to 8K. What makes you think they're going to be able to do that? That's not easy. I believe one lineman said it's like learning to wipe your ass with your other hand. Go try doing that next time you sit down. It's not easy. I'm not saying I've ever tried it. I'm just saying I assume it's not easy. I don't take those kind of risks in the bathroom. So, but, you know, I'm just sitting here saying this isn't, it doesn't matter if it was his rookie year. See, that's excuse. See, again, you're not listening to what I'm telling you. You have to look at the offense. You have to look at the scheme. You have to look at what they're asked for, and you have to look at athletic profiles that fit that offense. Eichenberg's does not. What are we not understanding? You don't all of a sudden grow longer arms. You don't all of a sudden get super quick feet. You all of a sudden don't get athletic. It doesn't happen like that. Stuff to coach up is hand placement, footwork and placement and base, and how wide you have your feet. That kind of stuff you can work on. That other stuff you can't work on. You either got it or you don't. That's how that works. I don't want to hear that stuff. Because we're asking, like, just like if I thought Tua wasn't a fit for what I know they want to do offensively, I'd be saying the same thing. But I've been saying since we drafted Tua, when everyone's like, oh, imagine him under Sean Payton, I've always been the one on this channel saying, no, imagine him under Kyle Shanahan. And that's because he ran this offense in Alabama. This is the same offense Steve Sarkisian brought to Alabama. Najee would have been perfect as a running back because this is where Najee, like, ate in this offense. But all they did was add the RPO wrinkles, but this is the same offense. The only thing that's going to be different is terminology. Brock, I get where you're going, but Kinley, again, got to look at what they ask. You got to look at athletic profile. Kinley is not good in open space. He's not good at pulling. And he's more of a power gap guy. He's not really a zone guy. Again, it's not really hard. There's no secret sauce formula to this, man. It's really not hard. There's not a secret sauce to this. You just got to know what you're looking for, what you're talking about, and what you see when you watch tape of players and such. So it's not like, Big Mac sauce, which at the end of the day is just what, like mayo and Thousand Island dressing and relish or something. I don't know. So that's what I'm saying. Like, this isn't, no, you're not going to put Liam Eichenberg at center. No, you need a anchor. Okay, when you move inside, the anchor is needed. Why do you think Austin Jackson still struggled when they got him out of open space and they tried to just put him into a box, into a phone booth because of his anchor, right? He still kept getting put on his ass because of his anchor. Eichenberg, 6'6", 302. We've already seen he has no anchor. He doesn't have the anchor to go in the interior. That's the issue. Like, Kinley has the anchor. Kinley just doesn't have the rest of the stuff you'd need. I don't know what the cap is. Andy Jackson, Tyler Linderbaum would be perfect for this offense. If he is there at 29 and a guy like Jameson Williams at 29, the receiver out of Alabama, or there's a couple other guys like Treylon Burks, Drake London, who I don't think will be there. Garrett Wilson even still too. If guys like that are there, even, Breece Hall in this offense is very tantalizing for me. I mean, that really piques my curiosity. If Linderbaum is there, that's a tough one to pass on, bro. That's tough. That's tough. So all I know is run the football to the left side. Run it to the left side. What up, Chris? David, if you want to watch a kid, go check out Abe Lucas out of Washington State. I've been talking about him for about 2 years on this channel. One of my favorite tackle prospects in this draft. Because the guys you're going to want at the top that have played right tackle, like Charles Cross and Evan Neal, there's no way we get them. Watch, Mr. If Linderbaum falls to the mid-first, we have to trade up and get him. Buddy, I'm down. And we could have solved this a couple years ago, right? Instead of taking Jackson, they could have taken Cesar Ruiz, who I thought that's who the Dallas Cowboys were going to take, but they ended up taking Tyler Biadasz a couple rounds later because they took CeeDee Lamb. But that's who I thought they were gonna go for. And then I know that's the two targets we had on our mind at 26 before we traded back was Brandon Ayuk and Cesar Ruiz. And because New Orleans pulled the trigger on Cesar Ruiz when they already had, no one expected them to do that when they already had Eric McCoy in the building, who had just come off of that great rookie season. And so when they did that, we moved out. Cesar Ruiz was apparently the target of 26 from everything I've been told. So, I really like where this is going, man. I really like how this this offense is starting to shape up under McDaniel. Let's go, baby. Let's go, man. Let's go. I'm going to drop the link. I want to hear because I know the hype is real for some of y'all. So here's a chance. We got almost 1,100 people in the room. Roy says we need a big size middle linebacker that's fast sideline to sideline. Yeah, that's kind of, I love Nakobe Dean, but I'm not in love with Nakobe's size. You know what I mean? That's where I'm at with him. It's just now the right tackle market, right? What do you could sign Darrell Williams for super cheap, probably. I'm sure that's more than doable right now. Going to sign him on the cheap. That's got to be an option, Darrell Williams. I know he's in his 30s, but yeah, I love Tyndall. Yep. I love Tyndall. But you got to think that might be an option, potentially, right? Todd, Fubar, King, what's going on, boys?
Man, reason that was a steal.
Yo, check your motherfucking pulse.
Let's go, baby.
Let's go.
Hey,
I'm
Reason,
just glad we got it done because, between all of us here, I was hearing some things, man. I was hearing and I didn't report them because I didn't know if I really fully believed them. But I was hearing stuff like, free agents are kind of weary because of the allegations against Ross and the tanking. And, like, I was like, oh, man, I hope that's not true. And now that this signing comes through, it clearly wasn't true because we got the biggest fish in the sea.
Reason. I was expecting us to drop the bag at like $23 million. This is like a steal.
Buddy, this is a fan. I was fully, if we were going to go 5 years, I was expecting it to be 110, 115 million.
Oh, yeah, easily. Yeah. With about 60-something guaranteed.
Yeah, I was expecting in the 60s guaranteed.
Yeah.
Well, how you feeling, RD? Because I know last year we wanted a tackle. I remember me and you wanted Panay Sewell really bad. What do you think?
Man, I'm finally believing again, man, because they have tortured us the last 4 years. And ever since the Laramie Tunsil trade, right? We have just been tortured with this O-line, just gotten worse and worse every year. And you kind of finally, at least they have a plan. Look, things can happen, man. You never know, right? It's a physical game. Anything can happen. But at least this makes sense. Like, at least this actually fits the mold of what we are trying to build, which is a consistent O-line for run game protection, and it's fun. And the deal that we got him at, and they're saying we're not done yet. Oh yeah, we mean business. They know. They've been seeing your tapes, bro. They know where the mistakes are at, man. You're watching that all 22. Like, oh god,
dude. I don't know if you guys know who Duke Mayweather is, but he's one of the best O-line specialists in the game right now. He works with Terron Armstead. He works with a lot of big linemen in the NFL. And he said the Dolphins just got a culture changer that can do it all in pass protection and the run game, but will also bring the young guys along with them. And because of that, you win games because of Terron Armstead.
Yeah.
Bye-bye, Jesse Davis.
Thank God. Oh, now we need the Jesse Davis cut.
Get that bus
I'll drive
ticket
down to Miami just to take him to the airport if I have to.
Hey,
I'm in Boca Raton.
Airport. Just a bus ticket. Ain't nobody giving him
I'm telling you, they got a
plane ticket.
He needs a plane ticket to Spain to go be a bullfighter with the way he is at offensive line.
I can go to Jacksonville. It's all good. He goes to Jacksonville.
Don't send him up here near me.
Hey, let me just throw this out there, right? So everybody, we all know who we wanted cut, right? Who we want cut. And we were expecting those cuts to happen right off the rip. And what ended up happening? Greer sat on everything. And by doing that, even now, what happens is if he misses on someone, he still has somebody on the team. So he gave himself the most flexibility by not cleaning house right away.
I still would have cleaned Jesse Davis because I'd rather see.
Preach, brother. Preach.
I will bring in anybody over that at right tackle.
Exactly.
Showtime. What's going on, bro?
No Showtime.
Showtime. Oh, there we go.
Z-Man, what's up,
Back
buddy?
on the YouTube streets, man. Listen, though. I just came to talk some shit. All them niggas was talking that shit on Twitter.
Sorry, buddy.
Chris ain't doing this. Chris ain't doing that. Look at him now. Tearing motherfucking Armstead for a goddamn steal. Can y'all believe that? A goddamn steal.
Bro.
How did we even get him for 15 mil?
It's like we're fleecing the NFL and no one really noticed.
Z-Man, did you hear what I said? We paid for the base salary of Terron Armstead and Connor Williams. That's the same money it costs for Laramie Tunsil.
It's crazy, dog. It's crazy.
Bro, we gave less money to this guy than the Jaguars are giving to Christian Kirk, bro.
And just I can't wait to see the contract hit so we can see how much money we got left over, because we might still have like 10 million right there, and we can still make those cuts and restructure and get back to that 20 million just like that. Easy.
So you know what's crazy? Like, you can already compare this offense.
Announce Jesse Davis's cut, you cowards. Go ahead, Showtime.
Like we're not even done, but compare the offense now to last year already. Like, it makes Flores look like he doesn't even know what he was doing. Like, the uppercut that Chris Greer, like, he had his black forces on with his hoodie. You know what I'm saying? Listening to Nas Ether. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he was in his bag. We're not even done yet, bro. Like the night and
Bro,
day
y'all saw what
difference
Barry
on the
said,
offense
right?
is insane.
You saw what Barry said, right? Showtime. That now we're moving to center.
Joe,
Man,
JC,
if we
I'm
get-
telling you,
if
JC
we
is
get
going. The
Treader-
fact that we were linked to Collins right off the bat, knowing that they wanted Armstead, and now they're talking about a center. Like they want these veterans. They want the
You want
best
to hear
of the
something
best.
crazy? You know what I
Yo,
asked,
I
boys?
got a wild
You know what I
conspiracy
asked?
theory.
Oh, hold on a sec. Before you get that, you know, I asked someone. I said, "Yo, why are they trying to get Jarvis back and Clowney back on the cheap? But why aren't they bringing Treader back, bro?" I talked to someone who was like, I guess knows him through someone else. And long story short, I was basically told his moral compass is why he isn't going back to Cleveland.
Oh, that's fine. We got the most moral quarterback.
I was like, really? He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, I'm like,
You-
even
you
players
know-
are torn about this. Apparently,
You know he's
from what
the
I heard.
You know he's the
Yeah.
president. He's the
Wow.
president
Yeah,
of
he's
the union, right?
Yeah, he's the NFLPA president.
Like this guy has more on the table than
Yeah.
just a regular schmo player,
Then-
right? Like I'm telling
then
you,
going
there's
by
a
what you said earlier, reason would that hold him back with all the scrutiny under Ross right now?
You got to wonder that. But Showtime, what's your conspiracy theory? Good point, though, Todd.
You remember when he said way early on how his wife is on social media? It's like she had a Christmas list and said, "Hey, if you want this fan base to rock with you, you need to get this guy, this guy, this guy. You need to fix this and that." Because you can't tell me, Reese, all the conversations we've had, the streams you've had, that like they haven't been listening, bro. There's no way. There's no way, bro.
Dude,
But
can you imagine the conversation, bro?
Lucas.
Showtime, can you imagine the conversation? Yeah, look what I did with Trent Williams. You're just as big of an athletic freak as he is. I can make you the best player in football.
you know,
Reason,
like
how bad was his review of the offense last year? He must have torched it.
He just like
Nobody's even
this
talking
guy
about
got-
that.
this guy
He
got
said he
11.
watched the film.
He didn't lie.
No,
Hey,
nobody's even
Showtime.
talking
He
about
watched
that.
the film, bro.
If you saw his face,
film, bro.
if you saw
We
his
could
Yo,
face,
it's
when he
honestly,
like-
said
we could
that,
have
you-
one of the
it
best
explained
left
everything.
sides. We have the best left side, I think, in the AFC East, let alone one of the best left sides in football
Bro,
right now.
Flores looked at this team for 3 years, and Mike McDaniels looked at the team for 3 hours and made all these damn changes. Tell me
If
something wasn't wrong.
I will say this: if we get JC Treader, boys, or if we get Tyler Linderbaum, we are a right tackle away from the best offensive line in the NFL.
They might well drop Abe Lucas in a second. Fuck.
That's my. Let's go,
Hey,
baby.
I would.
We got
I'm ready to
Tyler
drop
Linderbaum.
I'm ready to drop. I'm gonna drop an offensive tackle board, but it's specifically gonna be God fits at right tackle.
I'm ready for
Honestly,
the
if we
draft
get Lucas,
right
great.
now.
Reason, you got to do a streaming party for his album, bro. We're all gonna blow him up in
Let's
his
go.
DM so he can come on your
Go.
channel. Let's
Bro,
go.
he needs to invite. Yo, never mind. He needs to invite us to the listening party so we can all like IG and StreamYard from there, bro. In the studio, dude. Let's go.
But did you hear some of the players now coming out, the free agents that we've signed? They're like, the only reason I signed here is because of our coach, right?
Yo,
Our coach is
so true, bro.
recruiting people now, man. He's a landmark here now.
We had Showtime and the boys had a space yesterday I hopped into, and Daniel from the Miami Herald, who goes on Miami Sports Music, he hopped in, and we had a conversation or whatever about that. And because I was sat in on the, I only live tweeted like 3 of the players, but I sat in on the Zoom meetings earlier in the day. But I was with my kids for like majority. Started at 1, went to like 2:30. My kids don't go down to 2. So, anyways, so Trent Sherfield, bro, he called McDaniel a genius and a mastermind like within 45 seconds of each other. And I said this to Daniel. I said, we listen to these players, like, you know, we've listened to a lot of players' Zooms, whether you're a fan or whether you're in whatever case of media you're in. You know, we've listened to a lot of these interviews. I've never heard players come in and they call him a genius and a mastermind
crazy.
in passing. They don't even like stress it. They just say, yeah, he's a genius. Like it's just another day in the freaking neighborhood, bro. They don't even like stress it.
Hey, Reason, let me ask you a question.
Or Reason, by the way, he gave us a shout out, by the way. I don't know if you know that.
Who, Daniel did?
Yes, sir. He loved the space.
Oh, yeah, he's a good guy, man. He's a good dude. What were you going to say, Z-Man?
Yeah, man. Keeps it real.
What were you going to say, Z-Man?
Question. Fuck. I had a brain fart. Never mind. Keep going. Fuck.
I was just talking about McDaniel and stuff.
So here's the thing, Reason.
I remember.
What's his name?
Hold
What?
on, already.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did they ever really, like, the players when Gase was around? Because they used to call him a guru or whatever. Did they really ever do that for Gase? Never, right? I can't remember that.
The only thing, and people had to listen to it. See, you remember he got propped up by Peyton Manning on his retirement speech. But if you actually, I remember watching that live. If you actually listen to what he said, he never said he made him a better quarterback. He said he helped him get better at preparing. He didn't say anything like, he didn't be like, oh, he changed the trajectory of my career. None of that. But everyone just gassed it up like he did. But like, dude, there's players like, who was that Cleveland Browns receiver? That was it Hawkins? Remember Anthony Hawkins or whatever the guy's name was? He was like a legit. He was like not even a blip in the league. But the 2 years he was under McDaniel, he was actually like flirting with like 900s or 1,000 yards.
He called him a genius. He said he was the best coach he's ever played under.
Even obscure people are coming out of the woodwork and being like, "Yo, yeah, he's a genius."
But look at it.
Like, let me ask you this. This is a question for all of y'all. We know how the cornerbacks all hang out. We know how the tight ends all hang out. We know tackles. It's like a unit, right? Mm-hmm. Y'all don't think Terron Armstead hit up Trent Williams and said, "What's the deal?"
100%. That was the first person he called.
Oh, they all talk.
Yeah.
They all talk.
Because they all work under Duke Mayweather. So, like, the video today, who was that? Trent Brown walking side by side with Terron Armstead. Z-Man, Showtime. Who is Trent Brown under their first year in San Francisco?
Armstead.
Daniel and Shanahan.
Armstead looked like a wide receiver next to
Oh yeah,
I thought he was the trainer when I saw that picture.
Crap.
I was like,
Brown,
what?
I thought he was the trainer too.
Yo, Brown makes Pelele.
Bro,
imagine
imagine when someone's saying line up over that guy's nose and try to move him. Or move on his outside shoulder and try to get around him. Bro, you need a car to get around that guy, bro.
Training with that dude. Austin Jackson need to be training with that dude right now.
Hey, Reason.
Yes.
Can you imagine?
Oh, you know he's about to. You know
better.
He's about to lead on Terron Armstead, and Terron Armstead's about to say, forget all that nonsense. Next offseason, I would not be surprised because they're already into their offseason stuff now. I would not be surprised next offseason. You're 110% right, Z-Man. I would not be surprised if he's in Allen, Texas at the facilities.
Yo, but look at
I hope he hit him up. I hope he hit him up already. Like, I hope one of his first calls was Terron Armstead, because that's who you need to be talking to every fucking day. Wake up in the morning and call this man just to get some advice.
When was the last time? Let's not count JC Jackson because he wasn't on it when it. Well, let's count JC Jackson. When was the last time we got the top free agent on the market? Because it's either JC Jackson or Terron Armstead.
Wasn't Sue the last one?
I think Sue would have been the last one.
Yeah, I think it was Sue.
Yeah.
So what's that been, like 6 years?
No, Sue was back in
longer
10 years ago.
10 years.
10
Yeah.
years?
Oh, yeah, wow.
Damn, 10 years?
Wow.
Yeah.
Bro.
Because you remember Cam Wake was still playing when we got Sue. We had Cam Wake.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Damn, time flies when you lose.
Hey, can you imagine?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you imagine a defensive end on the right side watching Terron Armstead pull around a block?
No. Oh no, I was right. I was right.
What? They signed
him in 2015.
Yeah, so 8 years.
6 year, $114 million deal. I said 6 year. 6 years. What were you supposed to?
Your reason,
again,
I was saying, you know how good this is going to be for Jalen Phillips' development? He's going to have to put in work.
Let's go. Go up against the best.
Exactly.
All the boys.
What do you think? And Terron Armstead's they go up against each other, and then what Terron Armstead's going to say? Try this next time.
Bada bing, bada boom.
You know, if you see me do that, do this.
Not just Jalen. It's going to fast track his development, but imagine what it's going to do for Ogba also.
He might take the next step.
Exactly.
The best thing that could help.
I just want to be at practice the first time when Terron Armstead gets to the second level and Jerome Baker's staring down the barrel at that. I just want to see what do you do, Jerome? You can't shed you can't shed tackles and you can't go. Yeah, I know, eh?
They're gonna blow the whistle for you.
Yeah. Player dead at the second level.
Yeah, don't kill him.
Yo, chill out. We need him.
Yeah.
But
Bro.
to add to the point of
Can you imagine those swing passes to Waddle?
Bro,
crazy.
Let's see the screen game. Left side. Let's go.
Crazy.
And pull Jackson to that side if he's playing at right tackle. Pull him from the right to come help Armstead and Connor Williams to the left. Let's go.
You know, the only running back we
could
have
be serving pancakes like the Waffle House at 6 a.m., bro.
There's only one running back that's had close to this line, and that was Moser. Well, that was Moser in San Fran with last year. He's telling the other guys, get ready.
Bro.
But
didn't Moser get the same surgery that X got?
So one thing I wanted to bring up, thing I just wanted to bring up real quick, Debo, when was he selected? Second round, right?
Yeah.
Second round.
I believe
Kittle was in the 5th round.
There's legit smoke to that Debo stuff right now too. From what
but next year we got the cap space for it. But you got Kittle in the 5th round, right? Kittle was a 5th round, right?
Yeah.
And then you have Debo in the 2nd round. You can make the argument these are the best 2 playmakers in the game, right? You could all around playmakers, right? Like this guy has transitioned the 2nd rounder and a 5th rounder into an elite staff. The O-line was made out of misfits, right? And obviously you got the left tackle, but majority of these guys, they're second, third contracts on a discount. Then you talk about the running backs that this guy can make it happen. Like we are good everywhere else. This guy can make it happen. Like you can believe for the first time.
Say again,
I said, do you think Armstead makes the team more attractive for other free agents?
Yeah,
I think so.
Especially on offense.
But you know what? Trent Williams was good in Washington, but when he went with McDaniel, he went up a level.
I couldn't believe it. I'm like, I thought this guy was washed up because he was traded for a 5th round.
He was arguably the best player in football last year. I mean,
it was either him or Aaron Donald.
Like this guy, bro.
He stayed healthy. He stayed healthy.
Exactly. They put Trent Williams in motion, bro. Like, when have you ever seen someone do that? What Debo stuff? Basically, from what I'm told, it's really not a well-kept secret that there's interest in both sides, right? And he's entering.
Debo knows.
And he's entering. People got to remember, this is Debo's contract year because he's a 2nd rounder. There's no 5th-year option.
Right.
And if his play, which I think we can all assume, isn't going to be up to the par it was last year because he's not going to have McDaniel. And the reason why, and it's deeper than that, people need to realize this, right? Debo Samuel would sit in on McDaniel's interviews with the offensive coaching staff because in between meetings is when he would try to pick McDaniel's brain and watch film. So therefore, just by proxy, he would sit on the meetings and he would know the installs a few days before they're handed to the offense.
Reason.
So hold on. So that's why they started involving him more heavily in the offense because he was, they're not starting the installs till like Wednesday, Thursday. Well, he's in there on Monday trying to pick McDaniel's brain. So they said, all right, well, if you're already sitting in on these meetings, if you're already getting all this intel before anyone else does, we'll just make you a bigger part of the game plan. Part of me's got to tend to believe he's not going to have that same luxury with a new offensive coordinator in San Francisco. Thus, they might try to involve him as much, but the results may be good, but I don't expect them to be as good.
Reason. How about this? Tua balls out this year. Who do you think he's gonna be more enticed to come after? The quarterback that he has, Jimmy G or Lance? I'm saying like if Tua balls out,
Trey Lance got tools, bro. Don't get it twisted.
He may have a lot of tools, man, but he's not a natural passer like Tua is.
Well, because he's only been playing the position for
he's only got one more year to ball out for Debo to
I don't
see,
think
right?
he's even played. He's only played that position for like 4 or 5 years.
They're gonna first of all, they're
he was
gonna
a
even
safety,
keep
right?
Jimmy G, and Jimmy G will be the starter this year. Like, it's crazy.
Can you
They
imagine
traded.
Debo and Waddle on the same field?
Bro, people need to realize the reason why I've heard they're sniffing around the receiver market and why we didn't splash is not only the depth of the draft, but they are more inclined to try and trade for someone with a year or two left on their current cheap deal and then pay that extension next year or the year after when the money is staring them in the face, because the new network deals are coming down the pipeline, and we are projected. We have like over 30. We have like just under 35 players under contract for next year, or like 35 players, something like that, and we have like over 120 million in cap space. So that's why they're like, if we can either get the guy this year on the cheap deal, then we push it to next year. We don't have to pay him till next year. That's what they're thinking is we can get elite production on the cheap 1 year, and then we worry about paying him the year after.
So, reason really quick, in speaking about McDaniels,
but the names I've heard, I don't believe. Anyways, go ahead. Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say, if you go on YouTube and you look up the McDaniel, footage, there's a short clip of him at a camp coaching quarterbacks. And what's really telling about it is, so he's watching a kid do a rep, and then he turns around and he looks at the group of quarterbacks, and he said, never take a rep off. He says, so if he's up here throwing, you need to be paying attention and use that as a mental rep.
Yeah. No, go ahead, explain it.
So his whole philosophy there, as a coach, if you look at
take mental reps, you're always taking mental reps.
Gotta take mental reps. And so that's why he's able to get more out of some of these guys than what you would normally see.
Yeah. And that's crazy is like, even you see the receivers when because you're talking about, like, I think it's, what is it called? The QB school or something like that?
Yes, I believe
QB Collective, Quarterback Collective, I think it's called.
Exactly, that's it.
And even the receivers, because, obviously they got receivers running routes to throw.
Correct.
He was, like, breaking down the breaks and, like, how they stem the routes. And, like, you can find videos of him explaining why they do this and where you want to place the ball, where you want to look at, when you want to start releasing when they break. And, like, it's just saying, people think, like, he is like literally, like I keep telling people, right? Think about this. He's been a running back coach. He's been a receivers coach. Tight ends, he's dealt with the tight ends. He's dealt with the only thing he's never done, and he's a quarterback coach. Literally, who did we like? If you think about it, he's literally just a master of all trades on the offensive side of the ball.
Right.
Maybe things would have ended up different for Flo if he actually had made the signing, but they never got a chance to get him last year because he was made immediately offensive coordinator by San Francisco. But the defense is ready, man. Like, he doesn't have to worry about the defense. That's why he's the other half. Like the best teams out there, and you look at the 85 Bears, the best teams out there are the teams with the two coaches. You have your traditional head coach, but they both know their side of the field very well. One knows the offense, one knows the defense, right?
The yin and the yang, bro.
Yeah,
the yin and the yang.
Even the Patriots, they had Belichick to handle the defense, and Brady did the offense.
Well, McDaniels is a big part of that
with
too.
Josh McDaniels.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're not going to go after Dwayne Brown and Eric Fisher because those are both left tackles.
No, now is the center. Now you just get
JC Darrell Williams.
You got to go center or right. Darrell Williams or Cornelius Lucas were the options I would be looking at if you're going to go right tackle.
How old is Darrell Williams?
Is he like 31, I think, right?
No, Darrell Williams? No, Darrell Williams is old, man.
I thought he was like 31.
Let me check.
No,
I think
he's 31.
Old.
He's 31.
So same age as Armstead.
Not bad.
Oh, yeah, no, I lied. He's 29.
Hey,
what?
Even better.
I pray Austin Jackson can get the right side down because it would be nice having
that's
two
who,
guys.
I'm telling you, that's who they're going to give the shot to.
But it would be nice. Hey, you have two tackles who have enough athletic ability. You don't know which one's going to pull. You don't know which one's going to do what.
Yeah.
But wasn't Darrell Williams the guy that was their full-time right tackle, and he was like they were about to sign him long term. What happened?
I don't know. They cut his ass though.
Cut him for Von Miller and Duke Johnson.
Because he had such a good 2020. That's the thing. He came out of nowhere in 2020, and he balled out because they had an injury to their right tackle, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they cut him. Yeah, weird. They signed him last year to a 3-year, $24 million at the beginning of 2021, and now they cut him. I don't know.
That could be cost savings.
Now you go.
Well, they're paying Von Miller, bro, for the Super Bowl. $70 million for the Super Bowl.
So terrible. It's ridiculous.
That's insane.
Someone's asking how good is Cornelius Lucas? He's a stopgap. I think Darrell Williams could be a little bit longer of a stopgap, but I think Cornelius Lucas was a stopgap. Really, I'd like them to develop either Jackson or draft a guy and develop him behind either one of those guys. What's up, Dylan?
Chilling. How y'all doing? Good day. It's a good day.
Yeah, it's a good day.
The price we paid, it makes it a great day.
Yeah, Penning will not be there for 29. I know early mocks had him there. He won't be there, bro.
Yeah, I like them bringing Smythe back too. I just my only one thing is like I give him a solid B for sure. At least in free agency, I like what they've done.
You sound weird.
Yeah, his mic's not on.
Oh, is it? No, it's not on.
No, we hear you.
No, you can hear the echo. It's just
it's
the computer's picking it up. The computer's picking it up.
What's up, Pyro?
So, Reza, what's your grade now for free agency?
I'll when it's done, I'll give you a grade.
Yeah. I just wanted to see them get a right tackle and then leave Hunt at right guard. That's all.
Let's just say that the test was. Say the offseason was 50 multiple choice. So far, the first 30 we've aced it. So,
hey man, you look at that list and the thumbprint of the offense is coming in. It's changing, and it's starting to drastically change a little bit. So
plug and play guys.
If they get Treader, or they even add a Darrell Williams or a Lucas as a stopgap at right tackle.
I just think having the veteran center is so pivotal right now. Like missing out on Creed. If we had just drafted Creed last year, I think jobs would have been saved, man. Like I'm telling you, it's crazy.
Would you consider putting Connor Williams at center, giving him a shot?
No.
I wouldn't either.
Nope.
He's one of the best run blocking guards in the NFL. I wouldn't move that.
I just want these players to play their positions. If you get the guy,
exactly.
Play him at
no more of this tinkering that we went through in the Flores era.
Football.
Exactly.
That's why
have as many veterans as possible.
Yeah.
Have as many veterans as possible that are qualified. There's no need.
When it came out that he was thinking of, when they said something about, he was saying that
tackle.
Like about tackle.
Well, they did that today, didn't they? He's not going to tackle now, bro.
Yeah, exactly, man. Thank God, because that really scared the. I was really scared about that because I didn't want no more of this, tinkering and mismatching and stuff. Just keep them at their natural positions and let's go.
I think the guys that we have, the young guys now, they'll be our depth, but all the starters are going to be veterans. I think when it's all said and done, they're not, except for Hunt because he showed the most promise. And they were embarrassed last year.
If they do that, where Jackson's your swing tackle and then Dieter's your swing guard or swing center. Well, let's ride, baby.
Yeah,
let's go.
I'm good with that.
I mean, when you do this, whenever you are running the ball constantly, Kinley can also partake in that. You have a 6-man front, right? He can partake. Like Kinley have.
You can see what you got out of Robert Jones too.
Yeah, but this guy, he's not only dropping weight, he's got to get quick.
Yeah.
We got to.
Let me ask you guys: when you add the element of Tua's pocket presence, what we're adding, how do you think that looks?
Hold on a sec. Miami said watching Abe Lucas highlights now, he looks very good. Told you, bro. That's my guy. Ask that again, Showtime. What did you ask?
Basically, how Tua's going to look now with the upgraded line.
Yeah, I already talked about this because now you already have we're going from a situation where other than Hunt, you had to worry about both gaps on either side. You had to worry about the end, coming off the edge. So now it's a matter of, okay, well, if you look at it set up right now, it's a little shaky up the middle with Dieter. and our right tackle situation is clearly shaky. So at least we've gone from having to have your eyes on 4 different positions to now it's only 2 positions. We've essentially cut that in half, and we're not done.
Yeah,
we're not done. We're not done.
Yeah, because
we're just getting warmed up, bro.
Yeah, because Matt Paradis was somebody I was looking at too. But because my one concern is if Terron Armstead doesn't, God forbid, knock on wood, whatever, play a full season, and if the only upgrade we really had was Connor Williams, then it'd be a little concerning. But again, we're not done, so
we're not done. We're not done. And I was watching the highlights.
Yes, we do have a 3rd round pick. 102 is a 3rd round pick.
And I was watching the highlights. You know this Falele, they used him for short yardage situation. Can you imagine having an O-line?
Cleaned up. He needs to be cleaned up. Big.
I know, but he's a natural. He's a natural. He's just not like he's a former rugby player, man. Like this guy,
6'8", 384.
Just he's natural. Like everything to him comes naturally. His power comes naturally. Everything. I remember what's his face, the guy that got drafted 3rd round by the Ravens, then traded to the for the first round pick to the yeah. Like the guy fell in the 3rd round because his measurables were just bullshit, right? But he looked. I mean, he's a Pro Bowler in the NFL, right? It's all about putting these guys in a position to succeed if they have the natural strength, something that we lack right now in so many of our young players.
Hey,
that natural build.
You know that one position we haven't filled yet. I'm having a feeling Miami's going to do a 3rd round punter.
Oh yeah, they're going for a punter in the 3rd or 4th round.
Yeah, I think in the 4th round
they're gonna go after my boy Ariza. I've already pretty much been told, like,
Ariza.
You look at the moves we've made on defense right now because of how speedy we're trying to get on special teams. It's clearly indicative of them trying to find someone who bombs the ball.
He can punt the ball back to Buffalo, bro. Like he can
get rid of.
Then he kicks field goals, bro.
Right. But he's athletic though. He tackles.
He's raw. He's raw as a place kicker. Yet he can go out and kick a 53-yarder.
Yeah,
right.
What were you gonna ask me, man?
I was just gonna say, we have the coaches to really develop these guys. Frank Smith developed offensive linemen like it's really nothing. He developed Terron Armstead. So why not give it? If you think he can develop one of these,
dude. The thing is, I'm gonna tell you right now, Falele won't start year 1 though. If you want a guy who can start year 1, it's Abe Lucas.
I think
hopefully they get him. What he's a 2nd round pick. I'll take him.
Yeah, Abe will be 2nd, early 3rd. But that guy's he's perfect for our offense.
Yeah, I'll definitely take him in the 2nd. I'll probably go receiver.
But that guy can start day 1. He's pretty polished for right tackle. Once you get out of the Charles Crosses and the Evan Neals who can play both sides, Abe Lucas is one of the best right tackle options in this draft.
But looking at a lot of these mock drafts and looking at what he said in his pro day, Nakobe Dean, a lot of people have him falling in the end of the 1st round, man.
Yeah, because of his size.
Right, but it's not just size; it's also need, right? Because when you look at the top 20 teams, they have other needs, and then from 20 to 29, they don't need a middle linebacker.
Devin Lloyd's going to go before him.
Right, and Devin Lloyd's going to go before him. So it kind of gets to the point where Nakobe Dean could be a reality. We cannot pass on Nakobe Dean. I just feel like that's the last.
Tyler Linderbaum or Jameson Williams are on the board, I would.
But I think they're going to address the center position before the draft. So then, they don't want to be, just
but they haven't. Waiting. But they don't have. They see. Here's the thing, got to follow the breadcrumbs. What did everyone come out here saying? Out of the combine, a lot of reporters came out, local guys saying they got the feeling wide receiver was just as big of an issue as the offensive line. You think they're done with Cedric Wilson? There's going to be more. There's going to be high level talent there at 29.
But picking up on what you were saying about the DB, maybe another veteran, there probably might not be a 1st round selection. Their 1st round selection, I think, is going to be best player. Now, whoever they have on their board, I think they're going to stick to it.
Guys, you really think they might actually trade down?
It's going to be BPA based on need. I talked about this a couple days ago, and what I mean by that is, so the Jaguars, they had the same grade to Waddle that they did Trevor Lawrence. What was the bigger need, right? It's going to be that. Like if I got a corner that's a 7.8 in my grade, but then I got a inside linebacker or a receiver there at a 7.7, I'm going with the 7.7.
But breaking news on Waddle, the man cut his hair though. I don't like it.
What'd you say about?
He's gonna be faster.
Hey, Reason.
I got a quick question, real quick, just a little off topic. Quick question: is there any progress with the Xavier Howard, new deal? Nothing.
No, just what I put on my Patreon last week or whatever, but nothing really crazy.
Hopefully they get that.
What were you were gonna say something, Z-Man? Thought that was you again.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I don't really remember your free agency big board, but did you really have like Chase Edmonds on there?
Nope.
See,
I only had one running back on it. I was like, if you look at it was pretty heavy on fix the receiver and fix the O-line.
See, now I'm thinking, they're not really thinking inside the box as how we're trying to vision it. So maybe at 29 they can change their philosophies and actually, go that smaller town prospect. They really feel like,
Well, I only did 15 prospects.
Yeah.
Three of them were guards, 2 of them were centers, one was a tackle. So you do the math. That's six of them were offensive linemen. Then I did the only running back was Fournette. Then I had a couple receivers on there.
Yeah.
So I didn't have, if I would have done top 25, then you would have saw more running backs on my thing. But offensive line but I had Mozart on it, I'm pretty sure. Because everyone and their mother knew he was going to be one.
I was just thinking, past the draft. I was just thinking in the draft mindset, they might be slipping out of that philosophy where they might look at the smaller sound prospect now.
Well,
they don't have a problem with drafting small guys.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you this right now. If Christian Watson is on the board at 29, or
but no
50,
one has,
and they don't consider that is a freaking crime against humanity.
At 50, 1,000%. But I think at 29, these guys are going to be picking somebody that it's not just one person. I think it's the whole collective. They're gonna agree on it, right? I think Jalen Phillips and Jalen Waddle last year were a collective. I think collectively they all wanted him. So I don't think they mess around with the first rounders too much.
But they needed a receiver, so that's not messing around. And he's an X.
I love Christian Watson. I think he's a game wrecker.
Hey, besides the guys on the offense, the defense is sitting back going, we're going to have some breaks during the game. We're going to have a running game. We're going to get rest.
Oh, holy shit.
So Grill was at the Texas A&M. My bad, man.
Go ahead.
Texas A&M Pro Day. Yeah, man.
Yeah, he was there. But he was there because he was in Texas. He was there in Texas.
Isaiah Spiller's there, but also Kenyon Green.
Yeah, he was in Texas.
There was a thing saying Bo, but they were looking at Bo too.
Armstead was in Texas. So he was in Texas.
But he's at his training facility with Duke Mayweather.
Oh.
Rome Gray says, I think Jameson is Greer's dream, though. Dude, that's my dream, bro. Jameson Williams is ridiculous, bro.
And Reason, if I can jump in, do you let him sit?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah, let him sit.
Let him sit and get healthy.
Get healthy, bro.
Yeah.
I think Jalen Waddle wasn't 100% at the beginning of the year. I think he got faster.
Yeah, but he wasn't coming off. He wasn't coming off of a torn ACL.
Yeah. No, I know. Yeah. I'm just saying, I don't think Waddle was as fast. I think he got faster throughout the year.
He got healthier for sure.
Got healthy.
Yeah.
Oh, if I can jump in really quick, I was going to say if we go back and look at, I'm saying this in regards to our potential draft picks. If you look at all the moves that we've made,
Rome, hold on a sec. Rome, if the long plays for DeMarvin, that would be crazy, bro. Because he says if it's for DeMarvin Leal that they're at Texas A&M,
yeah,
I agree stupid. He's ridiculous. But you add that guy to the interior of our defense. Oh my God, bro,
that's nasty, man.
Anyway, go ahead, Fubar.
No, I was going to say if we analyze all the moves that Greer and McDaniel have made, they've all been scheme-specific moves. So, as we're evaluating these guys in the draft,
who would have thought?
You have to consider.
Right?
What did I tell all y'all? I know I haven't been live since it, but I tried to tell all y'all Duke wasn't coming back. Did I not?
Yep.
No one wanted to hear it, bro. No one wanted to hear it. What I kept telling everyone doesn't fit what we want to do.
Seemed pretty obvious.
People.
If you don't catch the ball out of the backfield, he ain't
I kept
picking
saying
you.
Lindsey's the one that makes the sense if you're going to keep someone coming back.
Yeah.
Well,
They didn't even bring him back, and they didn't even bring him back.
Duke's. That wasn't Duke's problem. Is the catching? He just doesn't have the running style for what they want.
Yeah,
I don't think
he's a gap
they're
runner.
done.
He's a gap
Yeah.
runner.
Exactly.
That's the thing. He doesn't have the burst and the first step explosiveness to get to the edge quick enough.
But I don't understand why we didn't bring in
Go ahead,
Cordell
Fubar.
Patterson.
Sorry, I hate to, because he wanted to stay in ATL. Go ahead, Fubar.
No. So I was going to say, as as fans, as we're all sitting here, looking at our potential draft picks, we have to keep in mind that, best player available. You have to have a little caveat with that was best player available that fits.
Yeah.
What we're trying to do.
Yeah.
Sure.
And
well, that's
and
what good GMs
as long as the grade is close,
exactly.
I don't want a need sitting there and you got like a 6-7 grade on them, but you got a player on your board that's like a 7-7. You take the 7-7. I don't want to hear nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
figure
unnecessarily be reaching on players like we've seen them do.
Don't pass on players just because you're worried about where they fit. If they're talented enough and blue chip enough, they'll find a way to fit, and you'll.
That's
find a way
not Kobe
to fit them in.
Dean. That's not Kobe Dean, right? Like that's the picture.
I'm not
book.
as high as I don't like his size in this offense long term.
But Zach Thomas, though.
Yeah, but it's a different defense we're running right now, bro.
We're running a different defense?
Yeah, you're going to be asking him to do what a Landon Roberts basically does. You're going to ask him to be the thumper in the middle?
Yeah.
He seems to be
on his size. That's
no,
going
but
to wear him down.
Thomas.
Like I look at him more of as a weak side fit in our defense. I don't look at him as more of that size and his speed. I'd rather put him on the weak side than
reason
as a Mike.
Zach Thomas always had Tim Bowens and Gardner in front of him to clear it up. Four men.
No,
this is a whole different defense when you don't have four guys in front of you and two of them are huge.
My mindset is this. My mindset is this because we're talking about the size, right? I'm talking about his athletic ability. Okay, what he did in Georgia. If you package him with Jerome Baker, when you're dealing with the Josh Allens and you're dealing with this mobile quarterbacks, right? Because they don't run the ball that much. It's the quarterbacks that are scrambling all the time. They won't scramble. They'll never scramble again.
Yeah, but I can get with the weak side. Again, I'm looking for a Mike.
Yeah.
I know. You'll still have a Landon Roberts, though.
And Baker. But where am I going to fit all these guys now?
Well, so wait a minute. When they're running the ball, like Jerome Baker is not a better linebacker than, what's his name? Nakobe Dean. So if they're running the ball, I'm putting Nakobe and I'm putting Landon Roberts. But if I have a scrambler, now I got Jerome and Nakobe.
You at 29 to be rotational.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of money to be sitting on your bench.
Well, look, here's the thing. I do like Nakobe.
We're looking
Dean.
for a true Mike here. Like I'm not looking for a weak side guy that I'm going to rotate here. Like I need someone that can slot in. Because here's the thing. Even if you're going to put him in the interior with a Jerome Baker's basically a weak side guy playing inside. Now we got two guys who aren't going to be able to shed against these big guys. That's going to be an issue on our interior, bro. They'll get pushed.
I mean, look, I like Nakobe Dean, and even if you did think he would fit in that middle, and if you think guys like, Raekwon Davis and Wilkins would be able to open up lanes for him, especially with, Phillips and Agba on the edge, like I get that, and I would have liked that, but a lot of other things would have had to have happened differently to this point. Like, I think at this point, it's pretty clear that they've decided to go in different directions, and their plan is not probably
defense anymore.
Well, no, it's not. It's not that they're not going to address defense. It's just that a guy like Nakobe Dean probably doesn't really fit into what they want to do at this point. You know what I'm saying?
I think Leo Chanel and Chad Muma you could get them at like 50, and I think they make more sense.
Yeah,
you know, you could
at
get
this point for sure.
You know, there's guys like Troy Anderson out of Montana State. I love that guy as a fit, and I don't got to spend the 29th pick on him.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, if Devin Lloyd is there at 29, let's talk. I'm all down, baby. Let's roll on Devin Lloyd because he fits what we want to do.
Yeah, but that's not going to happen.
N'Kobe's size is what worries me. N'Kobe's size, you're going to basically ask him to slot in for the Landon role, and that worries me long term.
And the caution with bringing up Zach Thomas is Zach Thomas is kind of an exception to the rule, right? So like you can't just say that he's going to become that, you know, because we don't know.
In today's modern era of the scrambling quarterbacks and a lot of the smaller running backs, I think he can fit because of his mobility and because he that man is well taught in Georgia. Like he's coming in right now. He'll be the best linebacker
I've heard. You want to hear something? The Georgia, the one that I've heard that they like isn't.
It's Georgia. The other guy.
It's Quay.
Yeah.
That's the one I've heard they like out of Georgia. It's Quay Walker.
Not
N'Kobe Dean. That's the name I've heard.
And he might be a third rounder.
And you're worried about the scrambling running back. Who was it that chased down Baltimore's running back or quarterback?
Did you
get that time? That was Jalen Phillips.
Yeah.
We got linebackers all over, right? So it's just get the complete package. When Landon Roberts is a liability, you have this guy that can.
Like I said, man, I get what you're saying, but it's probably not realistic at this point. I mean, because they got Baker obviously locked up. They just brought back Roberts. They brought back Brendan Scarlett and Duke Riley, right?
Oh, I think they're drafting a linebacker, but I think we're looking at.
But it's probably not going to be N'Kobe Dean and in the first round. Yeah, that's what
I really like Muma.
I know before Flores got fired. I know they loved Devin Lloyd. I know that for a fact. I heard that privately. Wow. So if they love Devin Lloyd, start looking towards more like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if we needed a weak side guy, cool, I'm down. You know what I mean? But N'Kobe kind of worries me as like a 3-4 interior guy. So
yeah, definitely.
You know. All right, I hit an hour and a half. That's what I was expecting to do tonight. I'm gonna hop out of here, but let's go through some final thoughts. Todd, let's start with you.
Man, I am so happy today. We got a steal. Let's sit back and enjoy it. Fins up, everyone.
King Z305, your turn, buddy.
Like I said, I believe last week, it's been a very efficient free agency by the front office of the Miami Dolphins. I love the Terron Armstead signing. And check your motherfucking pulse. Fins up.
Let's go. Dylan, you're up, buddy.
Yeah, appreciate you. As always, thanks for having me up. Thanks for good chatting as usual. Today's signings really, brought me back up to excited or whatever for free agency. I was a little disappointed the past couple days, but overall, again, I think they've done a really good job. Today's signings were great. Smythe and Armstead are fabulous. So the only thing that's holding my grade back from an A is a right tackle. But if they can manage to find that, then it's easy an A grade for me for free agency. So, but either way, though, I figure give them, the rest of it, see what they do. And I think that they're actually putting something good together for once and following some good philosophies. So fins up.
RD, your final thoughts.
Get that JC Treader now. It's the final piece.
Smash the like button and show that love, that comment of love.
That's it, man. Just let's get that guy. That's the final piece because you have veterans in the middle, right? And you have your left side protected, and on the right side, whatever ends up happening, you're always going to have a running back that can always rub off and help out, with additional blocking. And we know Tua is he can work his way around the.
You got Alec Ingold that can come out and lead block.
Right, there's ways.
Here comes the 21 and 22 man personnel, baby. Let's go.
We can mitigate. The fact of the matter is we move to the left, to the side so many times that a lot of these edge rushers, they actually hesitate for a second or a millisecond. And when you look at, sorry to take too long, but when you look at some of the tape with Mike McDaniels and what he ended up doing with that O-line, the linebackers, right, were taken out of the game without even blocking them because they had such a hard time reading the play, because they had to overcommit all the time to one side because they move it so fast that it's all schematics, right? Like everybody's in sync and there's a fluid motion. And with Tua, right, he's a rhythm quarterback. The man is going to dice it up with the RPOs, and then the running game is just going to be like a perfect symphony. That you just need the personnel and the vision and the practice and no bullshit politics behind with who's getting traded and who's getting, you know what I mean? No blame games. Just execute the game plan it's supposed to. So we're going to be good, man.
Tyler, here's the deal, bro. Drake London, Treylon Burks, Christian Watson, Jameson Williams, Garrett Wilson, I'm all fine with that 29. David Bell, Jahan Dotson, Chris Olave, George Pickens, Wan'Dale Robinson, John Mechie, all fine at 50. I think George Pickens is the perfect X for this offense. Robert, final thoughts, and then Pyro, you're up.
I'm just happy we finally got freaking the tackle we need. I just want the damn center now. And then I'm good. Let's roll and see what the coaches can do.
Yes, sir. And then Pyro, final thoughts.
All I gotta say is it's about fucking time, man, because how throughout years we've been complaining about this offensive line in the running game, and literally, man, just a couple weeks in his tenure in the offseason, and freaking McDizzle I mean, that you just gotta give him credit, man. The guy knows what's the problem. He knows, like, hey, man, this offensive
Tua
line
is smiling today, bro. Tua is smiling today.
It's unacceptable. The run game is unacceptable. We can't win games like this. Let's fix this shit. Fuck Flores. Peace. I'm out.
Yes, sir.
Brian Terry, final thoughts.
This guy.
I'm very excited. I love this signing. I'm also excited too, hearing that the Dolphins are being aggressive and trying to get another wide receiver. So I love what they're doing.
Let's get it. All right, guys. I'll be back tomorrow night with something for y'all. And then either Thursday or Friday, I'm going to be back with a Terron Armstead little quick film study for you guys. So get ready, man. We go to work now. But, guys, this is the best tackle we've had in the building since Richmond Webb. Shout out to the legend, Richmond Webb. But until tomorrow, guys, until I see y'all next time, fins up all day, every day, baby.